Okay, today we're going to look at section 18.3, which is special products of binomials. So these aren't going to be as direct as what we've done on last Thursday, but they do follow the same pattern. So I'm going to give you a couple things to look at when you see these things, what to do, and then we can treat them the same way with our box method. So the first one is multiplying a plus b squared. Now remember, when you square something, that's the same as it times itself. So this would be a plus b times a plus b. If we take the step to write that out, we can quickly put that into our box method and work through that the way we did on Thursday. Now there is a formula if you are a formula person, but I think it's a little more confusing because you have to memorize something. But if you had the a plus b, it would be a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So it does take on that formula right here if you do that. We call that a perfect square trinomial, but you'll see what we get from doing this the way we've done before. So the first step is to write it out, expand that square. So this is going to be x plus 4 times x plus 4. All right, write it out on our boxes. X plus 4, x plus 4, and go through it. X times x, x squared. Make sure you're getting that squared piece. 4 times x, 4x. 4x. 4 times 4 is 16. Now we add them all together and combine our like terms. X squared plus 4x and 4x makes 8x plus 16. So if you do look at that, it is the first part squared, x squared, then 2 times the first thing, x, 2x times 4, so 8x, and then the last one squared. It is not x squared plus 16. Do not just square the terms. You need to expand it out, otherwise you'll miss that center term. All right, B, second example. Expand it out. 3x plus 2y times 3x plus 2y. All right, put it into our box. 3x, 2y, 3x plus 2y. 3x times 3x, 9x squared. Be careful of your x squareds on that. 3x times 2y, 3 times 2 is 6, and then x times y is just going to be xy. 3x times 2y, same thing, so 6xy, and 2y times 2y is 4y squared. Add them all together, combine the like terms. 9x squared, 6xy plus 6xy is 12xy, and plus 4y squared at the end. All right. Go ahead, pause it. There's two that you can try, and I'll go over them in a little bit. Okay, I expanded it out. Now we're going to go through and calculate the inside pieces. 4 times 4 is 16. 4x squared. 4 times x squared is 4x squared. And x squared times x squared. Remember, you're adding the exponent, so it's x to the fourth. Be careful that you get that correct. Now when we go to combine our like terms, 16 plus 8x squareds plus x to the fourth. Normally we will rearrange this into standard form, so write it x to the fourth, biggest exponent first, plus 8x squared, and then plus 16 at the end. All right, and the second one, we got it lined up. Negative x times negative x, negatives become positive, and this becomes x squared. Negative 3x, negative 3x, and 9. So x squared minus 6x plus 9. All right, our second type of special square, and it makes it look slightly different, is a minus b squared. We are going to do the same thing. It's going to be a minus b times a minus b. That squared just expands it out. Then we can set up our box method like we've done before. We don't need to worry about memorizing a formula. All right, so just make sure that you are expanding this out. X minus 5 times x minus 5. All right. Make sure you keep the negatives with it. X times x is x squared. Negative 5 times x is negative 5x. Negative 5 times x is negative 5x. And negative 5 times negative 5 is 25. Positive. Combine them, add them all up. X squared, not minus, or not plus, it's minus. So minus 5x is minus 10x plus 25. All right, and do it for this one, 6x minus 1 times 6x minus 1. Write it out. Make sure you keep track of that negative. Now we multiply it. 6x times 6x is 36x squared. Negative 1 times 6x is negative 6x. And negative 6x. And negative 1 times negative 1 is plus 1. All right, so write it out. 36x squared minus 12x plus 1. Negative 6 plus negative 6 makes it negative 12. All right, couple of your turns. You can try them, and then I'll go through and show you the answers to the examples in just a minute. Okay, so you can check your answers here. Remember to expand it out. Write it into our boxes. Then multiply our boxes. Finally, add up each section, and you should get what I got. Be careful of your multiplying when you have different bases. We cannot combine the x and the y. Make sure that you are careful when you multiply an x squared times an x squared that you add the exponents. All right, and our last special case. If we are multiplying something that's a plus b times a minus b. So when it's adding it in the first one and multiplying it in the second one, something different happens. So we'll look at that. So this is actually called a difference of squares, or a difference of two squares. When we get our answer, you'll notice that some things cancel out. So you can do a formulaic approach. I think it's better just to write it out and do it like we've normally done, and it reduces the chance of error. So we have x plus 6, x minus 6. So we get x squared plus 6x minus 6x minus 36. So now when we go to combine them, combine our like terms, if you notice, plus 6x minus 6x, that goes away. So we end up with just x squared minus 36. Do the same thing with the second one. X squared plus 2y. x squared minus 2y. X squared times x squared, x to the fourth. 2y times x squared, 2x squared y. And then minus 2y times x squared is minus 2x squared y. And I just put that x before the y just because they come before it alphabetically. And then 2y times negative 2y is negative 4y squared. All right, so add them up, x to the fourth. Oh, these two things in the middle cancel, and then we have minus 4y squared. All right, your turn. Take a quick second to do that, and I'll give you the answer in just a minute. Okay, when we set it up, multiply it through, we have our terms. Our x's will cancel out, or our 7x and our negative 7x. We'll have 49 minus x squared. We can write this in standard form as negative x squared plus 49. So either way would be okay for that. All right, you have an assignment posted as well, so go ahead and get that taken care of.